The fuck is going on here? Oh, really? 3? Just 3 episodes to talk about this week. Oh, thank the Lord, oh, Almighty. Oh, thank you, Satan. Yes, only 3 episodes this week. 3. Not that I don't like talking about a whole bunch of shitload of episodes, but it's nice to just have like just a couple. You know, it's nice to have that every now and then. You know, the luxury of just you're in and you're out, just like sex. So anyway, yes, so this is going to be a quick episode of, well, probably not quick, because you know how I tend to be with the rambling and the mumbling and the bird, is the Super Vlillain vlogs. See, this is what happens when you improvise the after title announcing orgasm. It becomes very fake real fast. Alright, let's start now with Gotham. Yes, as I discussed last week, although I didn't really discuss it because there's no other people here, just me. As I said before, this is how we're introducing Mr. Freeze into Gotham, instead of being very gradual with it like they were with the Penguin and the Riddler and Catwoman, and Joker's not even a single person yet. He's apparently more of an idea right now. You would think with all that going on right now, you would think they would also be slow with Mr. Freeze. They'd be like, okay, here he is. He's just getting into science. He just met his wife. She might have implications of an illness, but not just yet. But no, they're like, no, fuck it. He's Mr. Freeze. He's already Mr. Freeze. Fuck you guys. Fuck. Yes. However, to be fair, even though they did rush him a hell of a lot, to the point where by the end of this episode he practically is Mr. Freeze, except with hair. I guess that's supposed to be an homage to the to the 1960s TV show version of Mr. Freeze, where he's got the white flowing hair, the white messy hair and stuff. He's basically like a male Elsa. So he's practically Mr. Freeze by the end. The only thing that's keeping him from being 100% Mr. Freeze from the comic books is the fact that that he hasn't shaven his hair yet. So other than that, he's practically Mr. Freeze. Although since 1960s TV show, Mr. Freeze never shaved his hair, so I guess that means he's Mr. Freeze. He's completely Mr. Freeze now. It's like, meanwhile, Batman is still barely Batman, but that's okay, and the reason why it's okay is because now Mr. Freeze has the chance to stomp that little boy Bat out of existence. Why should I say he should stomp him out? Well, screw that, no, freeze him and then break him apart, just like he did to, oh god, my bad, too soon, fuck. I gotta change the subject. Oh, hey, look who's back. It's Hugo Strange, continuing to do his Hugo Strangest thing. Yes, Hugo Strange, yes, let's talk about Hugo Strange instead of being depressed as all fuck. Oh, God. Hugo Strange. Yes, Hugo Strange, of course, who is helping Mr. Freeze out. Yes, first he helped him out by being like, hey, Mr. Freeze, you want to get to your wife? Well, she's over here. But if you want to do that, you're going to have to do as I say. You're going to have to leave me some of your chemicals that help you freeze shit and stuff. And I'm going to get Whoopi Goldberg to go fetch it. Okay, I know that's not Whoopi Goldberg, but come on, that's probably on at least 8 people's minds that his assistant kind of looks like Whoopi Goldberg. But yes, I know that's not Whoopi Goldberg. Okay, I know it. I know. Maybe I should call her something else. His assistant. So anyway, Yes. But by the way, I can't help but notice that how she is basically unfazed by the fact that she's helping out a supervillain. Like, she seems perfectly fine with doing these morally reprehensible things. It's almost like she's playing it as if like it's just another day in the work of an average job. You know, she's like your normal everyday production manager. In a factory, and it's just another day for her, except it just so happens that her job has to do with experimenting on people, and that involves a lot of deaths and stuff. And she's like, oh, it's just another part of the whole work day, 9 to 5, hardly working or working hard, all that stuff. So anyway, yes, so I believe that this version of Hugo Strange is very much, he's very much like a manager for the other villains. He sees the potential in them. He sees the potential in him. And that basically was like how Theo Galavan was, kind of. You know, like he wouldn't do the supervillain stuff he himself. No, he would be the agent for, he would be the manager over the supervillains. He'd be like, okay, guys, I like what you're doing. I like it. I want you to do this and this and that. All right, and it'll bring you to the big times, boys. Big times. Trust me. However, the Hugo Strange is very much different. Yes, he's less about the lavish show style of it, and he's more about the techniques that go into it, the technical stuff that goes into being a villain. He's all more about that. So he's very much a different type of man, advisor for these villains, and this is how he shows with Mr. Freeze. He sees potential in Mr. Freeze. He sees it. He sees it burning in his eyes, or should I say freezing in his eyes? That was stupid. But he sees it. He sees it. He sees the potential, and he's not going to let Mr. Freeze kill himself. No, he's not going to let Mr. Freeze do a Romeo and Juliet type thing. No, he's like, fuck you, Mr. Freeze. I'm not going to let you have your poetic death. I'm not going to have your reenactments of the end of Romeo and Juliet, where she kills herself and as a result you kill yourself. No, fuck you. You're going to still be alive and you're going to be miserable as fuck, and you will work for me. Although, now that I'm saying that, he sounds a lot more like a slave driver than an actual manager. But he still comes off as a friendly advisor, you know, as a mentor for Mr. Freeze. Because he's like, hey, Mr. Freeze, death is just the beginning of life, okay? Alright? You were just a little bit alive, so I'm just gonna keep making you go, alright? I don't care if it's gonna make you miserable as all fuck, okay? I need you, buddy, as much as you need me, alright? Okay, let's do it! Let's be villains! Let's do it! Yes, yes, but as you just heard, yes, it was not without its tragedies, you know. It's like the good part of this is that we saw the birth of a villain in the making. But the bad part, of course, is it was at a horrible cost. And it was... Because you see, the predictable thing they would have done was just have Nora Freeze be frozen by Mr. Freeze. Oh god, that's so many Freeze things. After what they did to Sal Maroni last season, where they killed him, even though he has everything to do with the origin of Two-Face, they made it clear that there's going to be a lot of characters that are not going to fulfill their destinies on this show. And that's why I hope Batman dies before he even becomes Batman. I'm hoping. I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of a possibility, but at the same time, that also means there's a chance for everybody to die before they get to fulfill their destinies from the comic books. Penguin might die, Riddler might die, we already saw Joker die, but then again, you know, like I said before, he's less of a character in this show and more of a concept. Apparently, like, he's more of an idea than he is, like, an actual character. I don't know about that bullshit, but anyway, but however, but that's still the case. Who knows who might die before they get to fulfill their destiny. And that's what happens to Nora Freeze, because we all know that ever since the 90s animated series, the go-to backstory for Mr. Freeze is that he went into his evil ways because his wife is frozen, and she's been frozen for years, and he's been doing this stuff for years, and it's not until like way later down the line till we actually have a payoff to that. Sometimes she turns into a super villain, other times she friggin' gets all deformed as all fuck. And there's also another time where she moves on and she thinks that Mr. Freeze is dead, and she's like, oh, I'm cured now, and now I'm gonna live my own life and remarry and assume that my husband doesn't exist anymore. What I'm getting at is that it seems to never be a truly happy ending for Mr. Freeze. He's always gonna get screwed over somehow, and that's especially the case here, except it was a lot earlier than I expected, because she dies. She dies! Oh man, they really subverted our expectations. I mean, they didn't do that with that much effort. I mean, they were like, oh look, she's frozen. That makes you think that it's going to be the way that it usually is in the comic books, the status quo, where she's frozen and Mr. Freeze is trying to find a cure for when she gets unfrozen, but instead, she immediately cracks and dies. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Oh man. I suggest let's not bother Mr. Freeze for a little bit, okay? He's got some shit to cope with right now, okay? He suffered a horrible loss. All right, let's just give him some space, okay? Let's just give Mr. Freeze some space, okay? All right, okay, all right, okay, okay. Alright, but at least it was on her terms, I guess. She was like, no, fuck it, I know I have a chance to be like my comic counterpart where I'm always frozen, but no, I'm gonna switch out the canisters because, you know, subverting viewers' expectations. Alright, let's do this. Crack, ice, sad. Alright, let's move on from Gotham now. I don't know how I'm going to recover, but I am going to use something to cope with. And what I'm going to use to cope with is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yes, they're finally back. After all these months, they're back. They're the ones who have, like, the longest of hiatuses because they have to share a room with the Agent Carter. But the way they do it is, it's not like they're both in the same condo at the same time being roommates, you know. No, it's not like that at all. No, it's like one has to get the fuck out while the other lives there, and then when the other one returns, that person has to get out. It's like one of it at a time. I have no idea why they do it. I don't know, budget shenanigans, but the point is that we're back with more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as we will for the next many years, because they've been renewed for season 4. Hooray! Anyway, so we're back to finding more Inhumans. Yes, we're back to the show that has this whole giant universe full of potential superpowers that they could discover, and they keep dealing with Inhumans for some reason. Yay, lack of creativity. Anyway, yeah, so we got Yo-Yo to deal with. I don't give a shit about Yo-Yo because she's a superhero in the comic books. She apparently has nothing to do with Griffin in this version. She is not the daughter of Griffin. And we know Griffin exists somewhere in this universe because we heard him be mentioned in season 1. And that was a long ass time ago, so I guess they're never gonna pay that off. But yeah, she has nothing to do with Griffin in this universe. She's her own thing, okay? Yes, so Yo-Yo is in the show, but I don't give a shit because, you know, Yo-Yo Mama. Yeah, so Yo-Yo Ma, I don't give a fuck about. Because she's a goody two-shoes superhero, okay? She's part of the Secret Warriors, yeah, that they're trying to half-assedly do, yes. And I wonder how many other members of Secret Warriors are they going to turn into Inhumans instead of actually doing what they actually are in the comic books. Because in the comic books, the unique thing about the Secret Warriors is that they're all the offspring of well-known Marvel characters. Okay, well, not well-known, because, like I said, one of them is the offspring of Griffin, but, you know, it's like, you got the daughter of Mr. Hyde, and that was accurate. You've got the son of Dr. Druid. They might save Dr. Druid for a Doctor Strange movie, maybe, I don't know, but anyway, probably not going to be the son of Doctor Strange, or anything at all. Maybe they'll omit that character anyway. So I already talked about Yo-Yo. Stonewall, they might replace with Absorbing Man, considering next week's episode shows his finally he's returning. Oh, but that's a little concerning, though. But anyway, yeah, so they might replace Stonewall with Absorbing Man, because, you know, because Stonewall is supposed to be the son of Absorbing Man. However, but to me, it doesn't really look like the actor who they got to play Absorbing Man doesn't really look like he'd be old enough to have a son that old. Like, so they're probably gonna just take the simple route, the shortcut, and just instead have Absorbing Man in place of Stonewall. And if they do that, no, he's a super fan. How could you do that? Maybe it'll be like a Heatwave type situation where he's still a villain even though he's working with superheroes. Which means he'll die! No, that's even worse! Anyway, who else is on the team? Phobos. Phobos is in the team. He's the son of Ares. Ares is freaking badass. I can't wait for Ares to be in the cinematic universe, but they're probably not going to introduce him in this way, so they're probably going to, replace, they're probably just going to make Phobos have nothing to do with Ares, and instead another Inhuman. And it's also probably the case with, the son of, the original Ghost Rider, you know, the one that looked kind of like a Ku Klux Klan cowboy. That guy, maybe, they'll probably disconnect that too and be like, nope, he's not a descendant of that guy. No, instead he's just some guy with fire powers. But since we already have fire powers on the show, maybe not. Maybe they should just keep him like out of the show because they've already got like a melting dude, so they could just use him. And they got the Electro guy who's not Electro. Thank God, because Electro should be way more charismatic than that douchebag. So anyway, so there's your Secret Warriors in all its underwhelming glory. So anyway, so this episode is all about building up the team, and also as they recruit a Inhuman, so is Hydra, because they snatched one up from S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, they did like a Crane situation. The Claw, you know, the Claw. Yes, the Claw. Yes, like the Claw game where you get a plush toy, except instead of grabbing a plush toy, they got an Inhuman. Oh, I didn't want an Inhuman. I wanted a giraffe. God damn it. Ugh. So anyway, so they got another Inhuman on the Hydra side. Yes, and this Inhuman is another made-up character. God damn it! How many characters so far? How many Inhumans so far have been actual Inhumans from the comic books? From my count, one. And that is Lash. Every other Inhuman out there that so far that's been on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has either been in the comic books but not an Inhuman, or just made up, just completely made up, just made up. So far, it's only Lash. Lash is the only Inhuman from the comic books who was actually an Inhuman. Just him. Everyone else has either been made up or been made into an Inhuman. And then that's how they do that, apparently. So yeah, so another made-up character who can, like, I don't know, like, make people, like, mummies or something. I don't friggin' know. He has the power of tranquilizing. He should be the tranquilizer or something. Fuck if I know. But he puts people into a death-like state that slowly wears off. And at first, when he does his power for the first time, he does it to he does it to Mockingbird and Lance Hunter. And as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh great, that means we don't have to watch the spinoff. Yay! Oh nope, they came back to life. God damn it! Oh god, that means we have to watch that. Oh boy. More made-up characters. Oh god. Oh my god. So anyway, what other supervillain did we got? Von Strucker Jr. is still alive. Yay! I thought he died. I guess it was mentioned somewhere. I guess that he was still alive, just in a catatonic state, like in a coma. And I just never, I guess I glanced over that. I glossed over that. I guess I wasn't paying attention when they said, oh, by the way, he's not dead. He's just catatonic. So anyway, the Von Strucker is back. Yay! Is a catatonic vegetable that's like, oh, just kill me, just kill me, just kill me. And I'm like, no, goddammit, you are one of only a very few characters in this show that's actually from the comic books. You need to stay alive. No, we don't need them all to go extinct. You need to continue living. You have to pull in there. Pull. Don't go towards the lights, Von Strucker Jr. Don't do it. No, stay with us. Stay with us. I can't do this without you. So anyway, so he's continuing to be a vegetable, except he gave some knowledge to the Asians of Titular Shield that. I have no idea what the state of S.H.I.E.L.D. is right now, because from the president, he's like, oh, they don't exist except for you guys, even though we saw them return in Age of Ultron, so I don't know what the fuck is the state of that, what? But anyway, who the fuck cares about S.H.I.E.L.D.? Let's go back to Hydra, which apparently is going to be only used for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., apparently, since it's all under Malik. He's the controller of everything, even though he's not from the comic books either. However, Malik is answering to Hive. Yes, my theories were correct. Hive is on the show. Yes, I was right. Then why do I feel so underwhelmed by that? Oh, that's right, because he's not a Davy Jones looking motherfucker. He doesn't have his octopus face. He's just Zombie Ward. That's all he looks like now. He's just Zombie Ward. He just looks like Ward when Ward was killed by Agent Coulson. He's got like a hand mark on his chest, and he's all pale, and it looks like he's sort of decaying a little bit, and he's all zombie-like and stuff, and he's eating a lot of meats. He's eating his meats. He's eating a turkey. He's eating a turkey leg. So I guess he went to Disney World. So yeah, he's just eating his meats, and he's watching TV. He's probably getting all caught up on the latest shows. You know, he's watching Homeland, and he's watching Scandal, and he's watching Bob's Burgers, and he's watching House of Cards, and he's watching Orange Is the New Black, and he's watching Two Broke Girls, and he's watching Modern Family, and he's like, oh yes. Yes, I am gaining more in intelligence, and I'm recuperating. Yes, and now because of that, the actor will have to act differently than he usually does, so thus challenging him. Yes, hopefully we won't have a contrivance where I all of a sudden act like old Ward again. Oh, yes. Oh, now apparently he's got like shape-shifting abilities or something, because then he does something with his hands that were weird. I don't know what the fuck he's doing with his hands, but he's like unraveling them or something. I don't know what's going on there. I'm not sure if Hyde can do that, but I guess he can manipulate his body now, as Hive. I guess Hive. By the way, I'm gonna call him Hive now, because that's who he is. I'm not gonna call him Ward anymore, because fuck that, Ward's dead. This is Hive, motherfuckers. Okay? Alright? So anyway, so Hive Hive, because when a hermit crab takes up a bottle, you don't just keep calling that bottle a bottle. No, you call it a hermit crab with a bottle as a shell. So that's what I'm doing with Hive. So anyway, so Hive is so Hive can apparently manipulate his body any way he wants. So maybe he will make it turn himself into an octopus monster. He'll be like, "Oh, you guys like to worship octopuses so much, you make them the logo. Well, why don't I just turn into an octopus then, huh? Yeah, I'll turn into an octopus. Yes, so there's a chance." But knowing this show, they'll probably wait until, like, the last few minutes of the season, like they did with Mr. Hyde. Because Mr. Hyde is known for turning into a big old monster, but he didn't do that until, like, the climax of the season finale. So they're probably going to do the same thing with Hyde. They're going to be like, oh, he's going to be an octopus, but not till right near the end, and then we're never going to do it again. Fuck you. So anyway, yes, so I believe that's everything to say about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And now on to our last show, our very, very last show to talk about. And that, of course, is Legends of Tomorrow. Yes, Legends of Tomorrow. And in this episode, it's a monster episode. Yes, because it's directed by the guy who directed the Gremlins. Yes. Oh, apparently that's all that guy can do is just weird, unhuman, creepy stuff terrorizing people. That's what he did with Gremlins, that's what he did with Small Soldiers, but at least these aren't like little puppet things. These are big people. These are giant hawk monsters. Yes, Hawk Monster! Yes, they're hawk monsters. Created by... I won't say his name, because we finally got him, we finally booked him down, we finally booked him, we finally pinned him down, and we finally got him. Yes, we finally got the man, the myth, the legend. He's finally going to have his own personal vlog for this channel this week. We did it. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Alright, but anyway, but he's not the only villain this episode. Like I said before, we got the Hawk Monsters, yes, and they're 1950s hoodlums, and they're transformed into Hawk Monsters because you know who is trying to replicate the Hawks so he can take their youth from them. But the Mr. and Mrs. Hawk are very much too perfect for him to replicate, which is why instead he's got these horrible monstrosities, these horrible abominations of nature. And so the Legends of Tomorrow have to deal with them, and Jay Jackson is like, hey, Captain Cold, what the fuck happened to Heatwave? What the fuck happened to him? And Captain Cold is like, I'm gonna be very cryptic about that, because maybe what's going on is Heatwave is still alive? Maybe. I mean, we never saw Heatwave actually die in that scene, so maybe he's still alive. I mean, like I said, I have one theory, which is that the Time Masters took Heatwave's dead body and reanimated it into the New 52 version of Heatwave, where he's got the furnace on his chest. Or now this other theory I recently came up with. There's another theory on how to bring back Heatwave. What if... Now, this one might be a little bit of a stretch, but knowing this show, they'll probably do it. I mean, maybe. The other possibility they'll do with bringing back Heatwave is... right as Captain Cold is about to kill Heatwave, right as he's about to do the deed in the forest and kill Heatwave, right as he's about to do it, he immediately thinks to himself, wait a minute, what if I plan what if I don't kill Heatwave, and instead I plan on coming back to this same exact moment? Like, what if later in the season I get a hold of a time machine and I travel back to this exact moment to stop myself from killing Heatwave. And then it happens, and then future Heatwave, Captain Cold shows up and says, like, hey, I'll take it from here. I'll take Heatwave off your hands. And President Captain Cold is like, okay, thanks, future Captain Cold. And then that's how they do that. That's how they do that. I know it sounds really weird and stuff, but hey, that might be how they do it. I mean, who knows? Maybe. I mean, they're probably not above doing something as ludicrously Futurama-esque as that. I mean, Heroes was willing to do something as convoluted and fucked up as that, so maybe this show will do it too. So, well, this one isn't as fucked up as the way Heroes did it. But anyway, alright, so, yes, so anyway, what was I talking about again? Yes, so we've got Hawk Monsters, we've got Who, and we also have, we find a source of villainy from something that the 1950s were greatly known for, and that was bigotry and racism. I mean, I know why they're doing it. I know why, because they're like, hey guys, if you're not careful with who you vote for, we might have to relive this again. So, you know, avoid the crazy hair guy, okay? Alright, okay. So that might be what they're doing with that. And by crazy guy, hair guy, of course you know what I'm talking about. Donald Trump. But you probably already knew that. But let's not go any further with that, because Blob already went into a weird racial speech when he was doing the Zootopia review, so I don't wanna be like him and do that. Well, that was really weird. Hopefully some people find that interesting. Maybe, I don't know, but I mean, he was well-meaning with his rants, but at the same time, it's like, you do know you're a cartoon character saying all that, right? But anyway, I guess if an animated bunny rabbit can do it, so can Blob. Alright, so I think that wraps up all the stuff this week. Yes, that was quick, even though this is probably around the same time as last week's episode. But hey, what you gonna do? Alright, we're gonna go back to a regular weekly scheduled program next week, because that's when we get 4 shows again. So until then, screw it, I'm just gonna say goodbye. Goodbye! Bye! Goodbye forever! No, Major Look. Happy Killing Snakes Day! Happy St. Patrick's Day! Don't kill snakes, the environmental message. Bye!